and it will be taught with a, and sometimes these things will be transmitted through teachers, through other people. Society is also transmitting these. So you have to build your students such that they have the inner confidence. They understand the role of physical facilities. They understand the role of English. They understand the role of any other cultural aspect or any other thing. So this will require a great care, and question would be how to do this. And my own feeling is that the only way it can be done is by introducing human values or value education in the whole institution. All the teachers, all the students. There is no shortcut. The good point is, if you introduce in the beginning, Sukshma multiplies by itself. So in the beginning if you put it, it will multiply. If you don't put it, the inferiority will multiply. And later on it becomes very difficult to correct, because by then it has spread and it has multiplied. Now there will be issues about, these are the issues about the self. How does a person perceives himself or herself? So when we are talking of all these examples, actually this is an issue of understanding. How does a student understand the reality? Does he understand his own role, his own self by comparing with others, or in some absolute sense, in absolute human terms, or we just say human terms because that conveys the human aspect and the human values. There is also the issue of relationships. When we talk of relationships, how do they relate to others? And a person who is comfortable with himself will also be able to deal with others comfortably. If a person is uncomfortable himself, he or she will deal with others in a harsh manner, because it reflects the internal discomfort will reflect, and this discomfort comes from being in harmony with oneself. So if one is under this peer pressure, then it breeds inside a sense of disharmony. There is a difference between what the person is and what he wants to be, and that gap is a constant thing which he or she perceives. One of the factors to realize here is that our education system, which is patterned after the British, separates home from school, separates home from office. So you behave one way at home, another way at school. You behave one way at home, another way in office. Why should that be so? We should behave naturally. What comes to us in a natural way, or also called as Sahaj Bhav. One of the ways this is done, this separation is brought about. There are several factors which play a role in this separation. One of the factors is dress. So you wear one kind of clothes at home, another kinds of clothes in school. If they are not different, you make them different, or the school makes it different. So earlier when Macaulay system started, we were wearing kurta pajama at home and they said no, wear pant shirt. When many people shifted to wearing pant shirt at home, they said no, wear tie in school. You have to break, that is the purpose. A separation is made between home and your outside when you go outside. When you should be the same, why should you be different? In fact, if you get the good qualities no matter where you are. So what is Sahaj, of course, needs to be defined. If you are fighting at home and not fighting in office, we don't mean to say you should start fighting in office or in school or the other way around. What is Sahaj? What is natural? What is naturally acceptable to us? And what is naturally acceptable to us? When we achieve that in our relations, in our behavior, in our work, then we feel a harmony. And if we feel that harmony, much of our internal discomfort goes away. Somebody who is under peer pressure, the weight of the stool can be measured easily. So how heavy is this table? You bring a balance, you weight. You ask how heavy is the sukshma? How heavy is the weight of peer pressure? It's enormous. Today our young people are under tremendous peer pressure, and I am sure each one of our people are under a heavier weight than the weight of this whole building, if you could compare as an analogy, because they are constantly thinking, should I be doing this, should I not be doing this, is this the right behavior, is this the wrong behavior, should I be, what will others say if I do this, what will others say if I don't do this. So they are under tremendous pressure today. And the goal of education is to actually make people reach their state of natural acceptance. To me, that is human values. Human values are not different. Human values are there in each one of us. And the goal of education is to bring them out. And goal of education is sometimes treated, and today largely, as giving of skills. I think you will all agree with me, the goal of education cannot be that. That can be the job of, goal of training. Right? So when you train animals, right, you teach them skills. So you teach a dog how to jump, go through some circular circle. Human beings, no. That is, if you treat human beings the same way and teach them how to wear a tie, how to eat, how to hold, that we call as training. That is given to animals. What the goal of education is the enlightening of the inner spirit, where we reach our state of natural acceptance, where we understand what is natural acceptance, what is naturally acceptable to us, and then accordingly that gets reflected in our behavior, in our work. In fact,